Hey YouTube, what is up? Let's get into this. If you like my content, hit that like and subscribe. If you feel the need to support me, hit me up on my Patreon. The link is in the description. Today we want to look at Ivora, Insatiable Heir. Mono red, but a little bit different than any of the mono reds I've done before, so let's take a look. Ivora, Insatiable Heir is a 1/1 for 1 and a red. It has trample, and whenever Ivora, Insatiable Heir enters, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, create a blood token, and whenever you discard a card, put a +1/+1 counter on Ivora. So we got some discard shenanigans going here. We start out with a battle, Invasion of Kaldheim. I'm going to move into creatures. Let's start with Anger. Anye's Ravager. Brawlin, Skyshark Rider. Conspiracy Theorist. Containment Construct. Detectives Phoenix. Fear of Missing Out. Glinthorn Buccaneer. Inti Seneschal of the Sun. Ketis Emberclaw Familiar. Magmakin Artillerist. Magus of the Wheel. Marauding Mako. Neheb Dreadhorde Champion. Oliphant. Ox of Agonas. Pinnacle Monk. Ruin Grinder. Seasoned Pyromancer. Squee, Goblin Nabob. And Surly Badgesaur. Next up, we're going to take a look at instants. Starting with Big Score. Bulk Up. Cathartic Pyre. Chaos Warp. Decaying Time Loop. Demand Answers. Fiery Temper. Lightning Axe. Sazakap's Brew. Thrill of Possibility. Unexpected Windfall. Untimely Malfunction. And next up is going to be sorceries. We got Blasphemous Act. Burning Inquiry. Cathartic Reunion. Change of Fortune. Collective Defiance. Faithless Looting. Go for Blood. Grab the Prize. Path of the Pyromancer. Pyretic Charge. Seize the Spoils. Sundering Eruption. Wheel of Misfortune. Witch's Mark. Next up is artifacts. Arcane Signet. Bag of Holding. Brass's Tunnel Grinder. Collector's Vault. Currency Converter. Hazard's Monument. Key to the City. Lightning Greaves. Mask of Memory. Monument to Endurance. Ruby Medallion. Soul Ring. Swiftfoot Boots. Next up is enchantments. Arterial Alchemy. Connecting the Dots. Hoarder's Overflow. And Seismic Assault. Next up is non-basic lands. We got Arena of Glory. Ash Barrens. Blasted Landscape. Desert of the Fervent. Forgotten Cave. Gaia Reach Sanitarium. Rogue's Passage. Smoldering Crater. Sokenzen, Crucible of Defiance. And finally, we got our lands, basic lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 mountains. So this is Ivora, Insatiable Heir. The concept behind this is to utilize different cards that have what would have been perceived as a downfall in any other normal deck, like Big Score, Cathartic Pyre, Cathartic Reunion, Thrill of Possibility, things that say, as an additional cost, discard a card, which in most normal decks, that is just kind of a downside. And while it's not a steep downside, it still is a downside. Whereas in Ivora Insatiable Heir, that discard turns into a +1/+1 counter for Ivora, so we're getting value throughout the entirety of the card. We also have different wheel type effects. I wouldn't say full wheels. I think Change of Fortune being the only thing that's really a full wheel in here. I wanted to avoid doing just a wheels deck. I've done wheels decks in the past. They're pretty straightforward, and red has quite a few wheels to choose from. So I wanted to do something that was more along the lines of sustainability builds, where, you know, if Ivora gets removed, which is inevitably going to happen because she's going to get big relatively quickly, we have ways to bounce back and recover from something like that very quickly. We also run things like Seismic Assault and Battle for Kaldheim? Invasion of Kaldheim, which essentially turns into the same thing. It's a version of Seismic Assault, so that when we are at a point where we don't necessarily need lands, we can actually weaponize those lands. Not only does it become an outlet for damage, but it also becomes a discard outlet, which grows Ivora as well. We have Kedis in here to help us if we connect with a player with Ivora, that it deals damage to each player. So we're not just, grinding down one player. We're getting value across the table. We have a typical package of cards in here, like Surly Badgesaur, Containment Construct, Conspiracy Theorist, Inti, Seneschal of the Sun, I think, Glinthorn Buccaneer, that all want to see cards discarded or do something to discard cards. We also run Squee, Goblin of Bob in here as a perfect target for single discards because it just comes back to your hand at the beginning of the upkeep, which makes him a perfect target to constantly be discarding and growing Ivora. For sustainability. We also run Arterial Arterial Alchemy in here, because Ivora makes blood tokens, and while blood tokens do feed her, because you can actually sacrifice blood tokens to discard a card and draw a card, which is the same concept of feeding Ivora, but you can actually utilize them for something else if you have the Arterial Alchemy, by using them as equipment to help grow her in a different way. And I think that gives a little bit of a versatility to the deck, and it also allows you to equip up other creatures so that, if Ivora becomes too expensive to recast or becomes too much of a target, we're not just leaning on Ivora to win the game. So yeah, that's the deck. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Keep it positive. I will remove negative comments. And until next time, guys, peace.